thought about investing overseas? In today's video, I'm going to talk about an investment that I made in a hotel in Bogota, Colombia. So stay tuned.
DJ Dude, chopping screw.
You know what I wanna do? Stack it till it's beautiful.
As you guys know, on this channel, I like to discuss things that I'm going to do personally and candidly, as openly as possible, so you guys can get a look underneath the hood with some of these investments and understand like what it's like being an investor in these investments. That's the biggest thing I want people to gather, like what it's like to be in that scenario and what it's like to sometimes have to make a tough decision. In this video, I'm going to have to make a real tough decision about my investment down there, and I'm going to go through the good, the ugly, and then I'm going to get to the bad. I'm going to the good, some things that are good are this. Some things that are good are, one, the project is in Bogota. It's in the capital of the nation. You think about the capital of the United States. There's always demand to go there, good times or bad. Even in the capital in your individual state, there's demand to go there in good times or bad. The project is in a good part of the capital. It's well designed. It's going to attract a lot of people to go there if things do open back up. Another good thing is they're giving us an option at attempt to making us, some of us, whole, because you got older people. Let me explain what the options are. The options are you can stay in your project and just take whatever return that you get, and the other option is that you could take ownership in a larger company, the life of our company, and no longer be investing in your individual project, and you'll get 8% return. On that 8% return, you will get your return of capital back, but you won't get to participate in the upside. So if your capital is worth $80,000, you'll get $80,000 once they sell it, but in pesos. So you'll get $80,000 when they sell it, and that's it. So if they sell it for $250,000, you're going to get 80 because you got your 8% up front. So they think they can make themselves some money by selling it on the back end, and they think they can appease you to make it easier for them, because this is making it easier for them to sell by giving you some 8% guaranteed up front, because a lot of the projects are underperforming. So the fact that you're even given the option is a plus for some people who are like older and kind of were counting on that cash flow to come in and fund their retirement. So those are some things that are good. As you guys saw, the project does look nice. It's well designed and all that kind of stuff. It's sexy. So there are some good things going on with it now, even though the project is woefully underperforming the 10%. So that's some of the good. I'll give you guys the bad and the ugly. All right, so this is the bad. First thing that's bad is I have a real problem with them trying to increase the management fee. For those who people want to invest in the future, just understand there's something known as a risk-free rate, which is basically the return you can get for not taking any risk. And something that's risk-free is usually seen as treasuries or maybe like a bank account. If I can get 1% or 2% in a bank account, if I can get 10% in a bank account, this is a better example. If I can get 10% in a bank account, why would I put it in the stock market to get 11%? The stock market will have to provide a lot more than 11%, because to get 1% more, it's not worth my time to invest in that. You guys understand? Because you're taking on all that extra risk of losing money. Why would I do that when I can park my money here for nothing? So they're talking about they want to go from 15 to 20 and add a 2% asset management fee. I feel like that's wrong, and that's very Bush League. Number one, because this is a market that is developing. It's a lovely country. I want to live there, but it's not going to attract the high-end tourist dollars like Los Angeles, Miami, Orlando, New York City. It's not that type of market just yet. It's a developing market. So you guys have to give us a risk adjusted return that we have to get, like, 10%. We have to get, I'm getting 10% because I'm not investing in LA. I'm not investing in New York City. I'm investing in a market that's overseas, and it's not even 10%. Is not even that great of a return. I'm getting 10% to get to participate on the back end when they sell it. So part of reason why you guys were charging us 15%, because you guys thought you guys were going to make a whole lot of money selling it on the back end. Because things happen, you guys don't think you can make the same amount of money on the back end. You're trying to come and get your money on the front end, and that's foul and that's wrong. And I'm actually looking into that with a lawyer, and if I have the legal ability to, I'm going to fight back on that and say, no, we signed a contract for 15 and no asset management fee, and we could just see, because I'll take legal action, because you're not gonna renege on a contract just because you mismanaged the money. Like, this is what you guys sold people to get the money, and now that you have the money, you want to renege. Because I was just down there in January of last year, so you're trying to tell me you didn't know the projects were underperforming and needed more capital then, before I put my money in? Oh, of course not. Now, all of a sudden, most of the money's in for all the projects that they're trying to develop. Now, all of a sudden, they're having problems managing fees and needing the money. They're looking to sell this thing in 3 years, and that's something I want you guys to realize. That's why they're pushing us into it. Because the next thing I don't like is they gave us like a week to make the decision. They sent it to us like Monday night, and they want us to make a decision by the following Monday. They're going to have to extend that because that's not fair, but they're giving us a short window, making the investment look worse so they can push us into this new investment vehicle. Because if we take part ownership of the company as a whole, it'll be easier to sell the whole company, and that's what they want to do. That's how they're able to give us this return in 3 to 4 years. That's how they're able to do it, because they know that they are going to sell it. Which means probably when I was down there last year, their plan was to sell and liquidate this whole thing. And if they had told me that, I would not have put my money there, because I'm part of the reason why I was investing is because I want the visa. So I feel like they're going to have to do something. And something else I don't like is people who are losing cash flow because their investment isn't performing well. They're going to get put into this new grander project at the rate that their property is currently valued at. I have an issue with that because you guys didn't manage the property well. So take it like this: you guys are paying me to manage your property, and commercial properties are largely valued on the revenues that they generate. You put me in charge of managing your property. I do a bad job, so now your property's worth less. Your property's worth less now. Instead of it being 100, it's now at 80K. So now I'm telling you, you know what you could do? You could I have this new bigger project. You could take that 80K and just put it in this new bigger project, and I'll give you 8% on that 80K. What? You guys mismanaged the project. This would be something different. You guys mismanaged the project. You guys overprojected. You guys raised this money, and you guys made all the mistakes. Why am I taking a haircut on the amount that I own when you guys made all the mistakes? You guys are managing the asset, and then you guys are talking to us like it's all fraud, it's underperforming. You guys want us to take a pay cut on it underperforming under your watch. That doesn't make any sense. Think about it like that. I mismanage your property, and then I say, hey, you know what, your property's worth less now. Why don't you invest in my bigger project that's going to make me more money on the back end and make it easier to sell? That's foul. I want to say Adrian, Sam, Carlos, they're all very cool people. If they want to come talk to me, we could do an interview. They could explain their side of it. But I can't recommend anybody invest in Life Afar. I feel that they have mismanaged the property. They have done a very bad job of like trying to make people whole. They made an effort to make people whole, and they don't really have to. But I don't really like what they're trying to do. I feel like they're doing a so-so job at it. They're acting like it's our fault, and I can't recommend anybody invest in it. Plus, right now they're trying to sell everything. So that basically takes it from a long-term play to a short-term to mid-term play. I can't recommend anybody putting their money into this for a short or mid-term type play, especially when they're looking to sell it. So they're probably looking to get this stuff off their books, cash out, and be gone with it. Mentality-wise is what I'm thinking. So they're probably not even in it right now. So mentally, their heart's probably not in it the same way. They're looking to sell this thing and move on, cash out. Probably then some of the original people already got their money. They're trying to just liquidate this stuff. So they're about to do like a haphazard job at doing it, I think, moving forward. And that's why I'm going to fight for my extra money. And just don't, if you got a chance, don't do it. To me, find something else to invest in. It's not worth it. There are a lot better investments out here. But I'll let you guys listen. If you guys want more info on the bad, because there's a lot more bad, just let me know in the comments below. I'll put some more bad, and now we're going to get to the ugly. Ugly is the situation that's going on right now, because this is something I didn't project for in mind. I didn't think anything like this was even really possible. So that's my naivete at work, and now I know for the future to always plan for the catastrophic event. But that's really ugly because everything is really shut down. There are some people occupying the building, but not as much as it would be. Who knows what the travel industry is going to look like 2 years from now, 6 months from now? Are people going to want to travel? Will it ever pick back up? This is something we don't really know. So that's what makes the decision really tough, because in my eyes and like the business world's eyes, we don't know what's going to happen next. That's a real ugly truth. And you're dealing in the hospitality industry, you don't know if people are going to travel, be able to travel. That is a big hit, a big thing into your business, into what you're doing. So this is tough. This is a scenario where bankruptcy might happen. So this is a decision I have to make very thoughtfully and kind of swiftly, because time is of the essence right now. So anything that we decide to do, we have to make prudent moves and do them quickly, because things are changing rapidly and need to get ahead of this. But that's real ugly right now, because no revenues. That's a big deal. No, or very reduced revenues is a big deal. We don't know if the industry is going to pick back up. So that's very ugly. So that is the ugly. I'm going to let you guys know in later videos as I do more analysis. Right now I got a lawyer looking at the contract. I'm waiting to hear back on the whole visa situation. I'm leaning towards voting no, because I want to maintain my visa eligibility, and there's no guarantee that they're going to make money either. There's no guarantee they're going to be able to pay us this 8%. So I'm going to want to maintain my visa eligibility. So I think I'm going to go with the 8%. And I think the 8% is a good option, because some people need to be made whole, because some people invested in this with their retirement income. So for retirement income, so they need to get made whole. I see it as I might get 2 or 3% regardless. So I don't know. But I'm going to have my lawyer look at the contract, because I'm going to try and fight back on that 20% and 2% management fee. In our contract it says 15%. I don't know if you could do that. So I'm going to fight back with the lawyer. I'm also going to I talked to a lawyer about it already, about the visa situation. I know the exact parameters that have to get met for me to maintain visa eligibility, and if I don't, I might just stick to 8%, call it a day. But I'm leaning towards saying no. So that's the video. I'll give you guys another video that'll be a little bit more condensed as an update to what's going on and my final decision. But hopefully this was helpful. Let you guys know that things can go awry with investing.